terrifying.
I even listened today. Oh boy. We I'm trying to remember what we did before we went and saw Fiona Watcher.
Not a whole lot.
Okay, that might be why I can't remember what it
You
was. I think
spoke with Father Lucian about where she was and who she was a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, we had decided to go see her because of what Isaac had said when he was trying to convince the Burgermeister to not let us take him into the woods, to take him out behind the tool shed, as it were. Um, we found the Watcher household, which was for all of the fact that she is the leader of one of the older houses in the city, real rundown and real mad at the fact that it exists. Um, that said, we had a relatively pleasant conversation. Although the fact that she's down with the werewolves and just like, yeah, we should just give them whatever they want. Even if that means sacrificing families to the werewolves. Which may not be what she meant, but it was definitely what she said. And there was a weird thing about the maid offering friendly words as some sort of sacrifice to the werewolves, which was weird. But I'm sure that won't come up at all, so it's fine. Uh, she gave us some cash for taking out Isaac, and we are supposed to join Blinksy and I guess a couple other nobles there in 3 days for a little get together she's having. Um, so we planned a second party on our way to the first party with the Burgermeister and a couple of nobles and Blinksy, who was there giving out weird, creepy toys to the nobles. I think it was the nobles' children specifically, but for some reason okay, yeah. But the dinner itself that we all quietly endured was the Burgermeister, not Victor. He was not there, and it was sort of made clear that he is no longer invited to functions, although it was put more politely that he is aware of everything that he has been invited to, and we kind of read between the lines on that one. Following that, there was a brief sojourn in the middle of the night by Rokea to find Vasha and Christopher's old house and hopefully their old family. Which with the help of Vasha, he did. But then went back to the Blue Otter, where no, the Blue Water Inn, where Rokea had a conversation with a couple of gentlemen who had been identified to him during the dinner party with the Burgermeister as the wolf hunters of Vallaki, and he was asking about the werewolves north of Lake Zarevich, who are led by. I did write this down. Where did I put it? Okay. This is why I couldn't find it. because it was under a name. Kirill Stoyanovich is the leader of the Children of Mother Night, which are the werewolves. They are living in caves north of Lake Bartok. At that time, Zazarak was experiencing the oddities of space-time in Barovia by having the children race around the inn and then racing adults around the inn who would never win, and then racing Zeldrin, who was very confused at the kids both being back by the time Zeldrin arrived. So there's definitely some sort of weird thing going on there.
Or the kids are just cheating.
Or the kids are cheating. That was suggested. The mother did suggest that maybe they knew a shortcut through the barn. However, Floof, ever vigilant in said barn, admitted that he had not seen any children at all. So, following that, we decided to make our way out to look for the missing shipments, the alcohol shipments that the guy who runs the Blue Water,
Erwin.
Yep. The one that was supposed to be delivered, I think, by his father. And while we were making our way to the gates to leave town, Zeldrin realized that we had been followed by somebody for a while who turned out to be there at the behest of the Lady Fiona Watcher to make sure that we did not discuss with anybody any of the things that we had talked to her about. And sure enough, we had not. He followed us to the gates, and we agreed to. Well, I say we. Zazarak agreed to a silent greeting of tipping his hat when we returned, to let him know that we were back and that he could begin following us again. While we were on the road, we saw a bobbing light, followed it into the ruins of a tower where a bunch of zombies came crawling out of the remains of said tower, which had been blown out on multiple sides. There was a fight, and we live in a ruined wizard tower now.
Yeah, none of you made any attempt to mark your path from the road, and there is thick mist that surrounds the tower in the depths of the forest where you are now. So I guess it's up to you figuring out how you want to get back. If that is your intention. I guess you could become just another feature of this landscape if you felt like it, but that's a different game, I think.
Yeah, let's roll up new characters. Here we go.
Let me see.
You looking at your magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not really a druid.
Correct. I was just trying to see if there was like a way to like locate object, specific piece of wood I saw near the road.
Suppose we could try
I don't
to
have that prepared.
track our own footsteps backwards. I imagine floofs should not be exceptionally difficult to follow. What with being, we will assume and hope, the only giant space hamster in Barovia.
Well, you're the best tracker we've got, so. Wait, maybe I'm the best tracker we've got. Uh-oh.
What approximate time of day is it? I know this is another sun almost never shines sort of place, but
yeah.
there is at least a brighter and a darker period.
There
Because we were
certainly
locked out at
is.
night.
You guys did leave town in the morning, um, and it's still relatively early in the day.
Okay. I suppose it's not going to get any easier.
I will start looking for tracks and see if I can like find a path to follow back.
Okay.
I can assist.
Okay.
I'm trained in survival.
That will be a survival check based on sight. You are in a location of light obscurity, which does mean that you have disadvantage on the check. So this would just be a flat roll.
Mhm.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Poof. 18 on the die, coming through.
As this precludes, because of what is going on, it would Zeldrin and Arium would be taking the lead and searching through underbrush, trying to find anything that looks like the path of footsteps that would be the three humanoids, plus the broken branches and underbrush under the not integral weight but simple mass of a giant space hamster. It's so fucking funny to be doing a gothic horror game where giant space hamster has to be said like once a session.
Mhm.
Um
You're welcome.
And you certainly had not left the road so long ago that you feel like it should be very difficult to find the road once again. But searching through the fog, through the mist, takes some time. It's probably a good half hour before you feel like, as you're climbing back a little bit upwards onto the road, um, that you actually feel like you've got progress being made. When abruptly, Floof cries out in pain.
Blue, what's the problem, buddy?
You see that your pet is frantic and uncomfortable and unable to move and is shaking and trying to like dig and move but is grappled.
Well, all right, let's get a look at those paws, buddy, and see what's got you. And I'll start running around looking at his legs.
See that he has a back leg that is caught in an incredibly rusted and very old and pretty well hidden bear trap. And
Uh,
he's taken a little bit of damage.
Okay. How much damage would that be?
I've taken it
Uh,
from him.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Oh, I see it. All right.
Mhm.
All right, Crowy, your turn to shine. And yeah, I'll try and pry this thing open.
Okay, you'll have advantage on the strength check against the against
All right.
opening the jaws. Oh Christ! All right. It is fortunate that you are able to pry it free and the jaws snap back open. Upon the pressure being released, Floof retracts his foot and kind of sits down, sniffing at his own leg and examining the wound. It is not very bad, but
Mhm.
probably more harm than he's ever really experienced in the
Right.
past.
I'll give Floof a little cure wounds.
Aw.
Also, I'm going to be real embarrassed when the day comes where I've got to free my brother from some trap and I bust out old Crowy and with advantage, I roll like a 7. That's going to feel real bad.
It's okay, your brother can teleport.
Yeah. As Zeldrin, you step forward to offer some reassurance to the animal and uh, relieve some of its pain. There is something in the fog past Floof that catches your attention. A figure that is walking in your direction. A person who's got a bit of a gaunt face and a steel helmet with the visor lifted and head to toe in gleaming plate mail.
Be sharp, we've got company.
As the figure closes distance and sort of breaches the threshold of the mist in a more corporeal way so that everyone has a better eye on them. You see this person wields a long sword that cuts into the underbrush as he walks. It's held in his hand and seems very sharp. There is an intensity to the approach that is breaching on aggressive.
Well, hello. How are you?
The person does not stop walking and almost has as it gets ooh, excellent. All right.
My bad, I'm muted.
Okay. Please make me an insight check.
Hey.
Oh, I'm so excited. What three things would you like to know about this creature?
We'll start with motivations. What is this fucker doing here? Oh god, I want his bank account information. So
Fucking great. Oh my god. I want his tax returns.
As he approaches Arium, you peer into the opening in the helmet beneath the lifted visor, and you see spiteful eyes, a creature of vengeance, uh, and seething anger.
hmm. I guess I will. Also, I'm going to skip sense of humor at that point. But allies or foes? If he's, I'm guessing he's alone, but just in case he's, casting look around at allies who are hidden in the mist, and then I guess combat strategy. Like, is for all of his anger, is this an entity that is going to come rushing at us in a blind rage, or is this the sort of like cold, calculated, precise?
The creature you know to be alone, but the sigils upon its armor, the crested head of a silver dragon on its breastplate tells you that it is not only one of many, but aligned in some way with something that identifies with this symbol. Um, uh, and then finally, you said, oh yes, battle tactics. It is incredibly obvious that this is a trained combatant. It is certainly a creature that has had not just military training, but noble training, which means that this is a violent and intelligent combatant in single combat.
Will pull my trident into my hand. I will go ahead and turn on my right, taking the 3 necrotic damage. And just say, this is not friendly company. Prepare yourselves, don't get singled out.
as your weapon is drawn and the frost begins to crawl over the stave of the trident, this person's posture shifts. You see that his feet move, and they do so into a combative position. You immediately know that your preparedness, your readiness is taken as a threat. And we are going to roll into initiative.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oops.
I can't get my mouse pointer off my character sheet, so I can't select my token. There it is. Have I mentioned lately how much I love Roll20?
We can keep bitching about it if we feel like it. All right, there's only 3 of you. Zeldrin, you are up first. This person's appearance is withered, and you do not smell a rotting corpse, but this body looks incredibly aged.
Hmm. Oh, bo- 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 bo-
Your
Oh
passive's
boy,
23. I'll give you what he smells like. That seems fine.
I don't have any 3rd level slots. That's wonderful. Freaking zombies. Okay, I am going to just open things up with a nice hearty guiding bolt at 1st level. That sucks.
Ooh.
That stinks. Do I? Nope.
Too bad you didn't recap.
Too bad, truly.
This bolt of starlight comes towards this figure, and
I never marked it, Tyler, so if you would like to use it, feel free.
I mean, I would like to use it, that's for
Go
sure.
for it.
Well, there we go.
Oh no.
You know
And
what?
it's-
Use one of mine just so we can go
Oh.
round robin on this.
You want to know what's funny?
Oh,
There
how-
was a thread on Twitter about alternate, instead of doing the talking about the one D&D playlist and the not playlist, play test, and the inspiration on 20, and somebody was making the joke about, man, imagine if they hadn't picked 20. What if they picked some random low number that is almost certainly likely to fail, but regardless of, and one of the people that chimed up, and I thought about all of our games, like the moment I read this, was somebody who said, you know what I would like to see? A rule that says if you roll with advantage and roll the same number on both dice, you crit automatically.
oh,
I was like, that would be beautiful in our games. We would crit all the time.
that's true. It is a special kind of magic. I find it endearing. This person raises his blade as if to parry this incoming bolt of starlight, but the force of it pushes him back. 16 points radiant damage. Anything else for your turn?
I'm going to start to run off, but then remember that Arium said not to get singled out, and going to just kind of move a little bit, and that's it.
Okay. Arium.
I will shout out, consider that a warning shot, come no closer. And I have nothing ranged, but I don't want to run up there because I don't think that's a good idea. So I will go ahead and ready an action. Um, to use green flame blade where there's no other target, but I will ready to cast a spell action.
Okay. Which will
should
come as an
he-
attack when.
Yeah, should he come within 5 feet of me, whatever my actual attack. So at this point, 5 feet.
Right. The figure takes only a few steps forward more and opens its mouth, and a voice from within says, "Be you spirit of Strahd's alignment. And it is taking a readied action. It is Zezarek's turn.
Well, listen, friend, we do not know this Strahd, so we do not know his alignment, but I can tell you, based on the stories we've told, we are not big fans. Now, what do you say we put that weapon down and talk like friends? I will step up here and ready in action to attack with my scimitar if he gets within 5 feet of me.
Zeldrin?
Man, that glow's gonna fade if I don't use it. Um, yeah, I will just follow lead and ready an attack with my warhammer.
Okay, and Arium?
I will be the change I want to see. I will take the dodge action rather than readying an attack, and lower the tines of my trident to the ground.
Okay. Creature says, "Enemies of Strahd have allies in Barovia. The Order of the Silver Dragon seeks soldiers, heroes.
And should we call upon the order, who should we say has sent us their way? What is your
Vladimir.
name?
There is nothing to call me. I answer to Vladimir Horngard and seek allies to wrench him from his madness."
Are you Perhaps you have heard of the Vistani, Madam Ava. She seems to believe in a similar course of action, and it is through her efforts that we have come to Barovia. He seems to prophesy that we are capable of doing the thing that you are striving for.
If you wish to aid the order. This creature seems to sort of only hear half of what you're saying, or comprehend half of what you're saying. Seek Argynvostolt. Seek Hornguard, so we may rest. And there is some silence before this figure takes steps away. Does not turn around, but seems to find some other path and begin to walk.
And he said, seek Argon who?
Argynvost Holt?
Argynvostolt.
All one word.
Yep.
Holy moly. Yikes.
German, baby.
Wow, I had that almost exactly. I was one letter off.
Dude, that's impressive.
I did separate it into Argynvost and Holt, though, because I thought that was a name, like first name, last name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that was... I assume that was not the individual who planted the trap that caught poor Floof's foot.
Yeah, that seemed like just an unfortunate coincidence. You hung tough, though, Floof. Good job. Way to stand up strong in the face of adversity and challenge.
You can see a brave lip tremble in this hamster's expression.
Well, it seems we have something to look for. I know Madam Ava is not that we have found her, but is under a similar impression that the lord of this land can be returned to his previous mental state, purview, no, worldview. There we go. But it seems this Order of the Silver Dragon. Did I get that right? Because that's what I wrote down. But then I realized
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
That would explain the livery and the armor.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to. Okay, never mind.
I realized with this being a predominantly foreign language game that I should make sure I'm spelling everything correctly.
Yes, well, sounds like a very promising lead. Let's find this Davian Martikov and see if we can't find out what happened to this wine so we can finally cross that off our list.
Perhaps he knows what this Augenbustholt is.
Oh, excellent point, Ariam. Excellent point.
Floof freed from the hunting trap, and at Spectre having left you all, Zeldrin is able to take you back towards the road, and after some consideration, is able to figure out which direction it is that you are heading, since it would appear that that's something that is a bit trifling, cardinally for all of you. As you continue on your path, you see a number of things to the sides of the road, the occasional remnants of a butchered animal, um, the beginnings of road markers or the remains of road markers that no longer bear any face or substance. Certainly, a number of ravens make perch near in the trees, watch you, and then fly away. One such thing that catches your attention is 3 graves, stones, set on the side of the road that are certainly tombstones, placed so far from the road as to let the feet of whatever may be buried below, nearly touching the roadside. There's some names made out on them, but covered in filth and hard to read as you pass.
How fresh do the graves look?
Why don't you make me an investigation or nature check?
All right. I'm sure I'm excellent at both of those.
You can see that the dirt has been recently moved,
Hmm.
but you haven't made out what the names on the stones are.
Uh,
I will go and start brushing them off and see if I can read the names.
You certainly can make that that action that would reveal to both of you actually the first stone that you clear has the name Sunstrider carved into it.
Stop.
all right. This isn't funny.
Yeah, as soon as I see that, I stop and step back. Maybe we should just carry on.
Do we have any cousins that we don't know about that we haven't seen in a while?
I truly have no idea.
But so, brother, you're actually suggesting that after clearing the first one off and seeing our family name on it, that we just move on and don't uncover the remaining 2?
I mean,
As I'm
convinced
cleaning off the
this
second one.
It either says Sunstrider again or Kashi, so
The one beside likewise says Sunstrider.
Well, I guess I'll clean this final one off just to complete the set, I guess.
make sure our graves look nice.
Yeah.
As Zeldrin predicted, Arium's last name is carved into the last stone.
What do you know, Floof? You made it.
Could you take inspiration?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, this seems like a awful lot of effort for not a very good joke.
Does look as though they're freshly dug. I have to admit, rather curious what was dug here. What was
Yeah.
buried, rather?
Well, and that's the real question. Is anything buried? Did they just dig it up and fill it back in?
Floof,
Oh,
you're a hamster. You burrow, right? Would you please?
Floof, show 'em what you got, brother.
Very, very quickly and pretty readily. 10-foot burrow speed, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Let me double check. Yep, 10 foot.
All right. In that case, it is very, very quick that the uh, that the pits are dug, and doing so, actually, once again. Oh, what just happened? Oh, what just happened?
3 arrows streak out of the darkness, and we fall into the freshly opened graves.
Let's see. Luke's passive perception's an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Um, you because of the size of your space hamster, you do not see immediately what happens. You just hear the violent and terrible shriek of once again your pet
Mm.
being harmed, but this time way more intensely. You hear something
Mhm.
spitting and hissing from inside the grave. Let me just move Floof to where he should be. And as he recoils, caught around like into his fur
Mhm.
is a humanoid figure that is covered in dirt, has its hair cut very short and painted white, and wearing dark colored clothing, and it is uh, digging its claws and face into Floof's flesh, which means get to roll an attack. Tyler says I have it out for Floof. um, an 18 beats his AC,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes 7 points of piercing uh, damage from the bite attack. And then let's see, just creature, not humanoid specific. So then 5 points of necrotic with his max reduced by 5 points. I think this means we need to roll initiative because I'm assuming you're not just going to let this stand.
No.
Fuck no. I just want to be. This thing is dressed up to look like one of the Sunstriders. Do I have that correct?
Yeah. You can
Okay.
kind of it's kind of shitty, but like you can see the effort that was made.
Yeah.
It is Zeldrin's turn. You're also muted, my love.
Aha.
You keep going first. You do not
I
have the highest dex score, but you
But I have
steadily.
advantage
That's
on
true.
initiative because of my vigilant blessing.
That's true, but it's
Yeah.
still consistent that you roll like a 20 or above.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. You know, uh,
Oh,
second
Floof needs to get into
time,
initiative, by the way.
same as the last. I'll
I think
bolt.
Floof operates on my initiative based on the Find Steed spell.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but okay. Well, that's that. We
Okay.
wasted 2 inspirations on a fight that we did not wind up fighting earlier.
True. Although this one we're definitely taking.
Just says that it serves as a mount.
Yeah, it would be the. Unfortunately, this is pre
Ah,
the
damn.
summon spell, which
Alright, I'll
the
roll
summon
in, no
spells.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. He needs the opportunity to possibly escape. Oh, I forgot I gave him a name.
The all righteous.
Okay. The creature, the undead being, clawing into Floof, attacks him again. For, let's see, what's your AC, buddy?
11.
The rules of a mount says the initiative of a controlled mount changes to match yours when you mount it.
Yes,
That's what it is. Got
that's
it.
the thing. Yeah.
So Floof has his own initiative until you mount him.
Mhm. All right. Teeth and claws digging into the space hamster. Deals a total of. Oh, he has 10 HP. The hmm, the corporeal space that he takes up, as he like cries out in pain, you see the monster clutching him dig further, claw harder, and hiss into his flesh. The mount dissipates and evaporates, dispelled, having dropped to 0 HP. So that said, there he goes. Thanks for rolling initiative.
My boy.
He could have rolled higher than the creature. Having been pulled to the surface, this creature now takes its opportunity, uh, wiping drool from its face with the back of its hand to stand and hiss at the three of you. And Zezarak, it is your turn.
Oh, you son of a bitch. And I'll start swinging.
Okay. That will hit. You do not have divine favor active, is that correct?
I do not. Is that
All right.
checked? Yeah, it is. Let me uncheck that.
All right. The 17 is also a hit.
All right. And then with the back end.
Okay. All right. All three of those are good twirling and cinematic strikes. That is 26 points of damage. And 13. Arium.
Right. Aha! Button hook all the way around pointlessly. And. Or floof. God, if that was a crit, that would have been amazing.
Really?
Oh, well.
All good. Oh. All right. That's 16.
Solid and the opposite of solid.
25 for a turn is not nothing. Okay.
That'll be it.
Zeldrin.
All right, let me open up my character sheet because I accidentally closed my web browser. Do 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 do. I think I am going to No, I don't want to do that because I can't not hit one of the guys with it. I will just run up and use my Warhammer.
And that will hit. All right, this is not magical, is that right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, I need to be doing radiant. Damn it. That's it.
Okay. Being attacked from most sides at this point, just hissing and spitting, shrieking, almost shrill animal calls. It is going to spin itself around and quickly scan each of you. Which one of you seems like the most purchasable? And jump on Arium. The 24 to hit with its claws.
Yep.
That will grapple you. And only a 10 to hit as it tries to pierce through your armor with its teeth. Zazarak, it is your turn. Adam, you with us?
Oh, sorry, muted.
Okay.
Seeing this thing jump on Arium, I am going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Arium. And that's my turn.
Okay. Arium, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Since I am grappled by a vampire spawn type creature that is biting me, and I have been here before, I think it is going. I am going to use a bonus action and turn into Rokea, who is decidedly less amused than even Arium was at the situation in which he's finding himself.
You call that a bite? This is a bite.
Will go ahead and drop the trident. I will dig straight in with the claws. Let me turn off Rite of the Frozen because that is not on. Yeah. You better to use the trident for a turn, but and that's not great.
That will still hit.
Oh, cool. Which means that will also hit. That's the Feral Might, so it's total of 12.
Are your claws magic?
They are not currently, because I do not have the right on there yet. Yep.
All right. That sucks.
Like I said, should have stuck with the trident. But he is in a little bit of a frenzy at the moment.
You can
and
feel your claws piercing through its ribs and it's shrieking out, but it's not like letting you go.
Yep. That'll be. That's my bonus action to turn. I'm grappled, so I am not moving. I should have probably broken the grapple. But I'll take the attacks.
All right. Zeldrin.
All right. I'm going to Sacred Flame.
That is a save.
All right. That blows, but all right.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Oh, fuck. We're fine. Okay. On its turn is going to the two of you, this undead and Rokea, just have like hands on one another, grasping, clawing at each other. I have at disadvantage 16 to hit with claws. It's a
That will
miss,
miss.
right? All
Yep.
right. And then and yeah, 15 with teeth is also a miss.
Mhm.
Right. Zazarak.
All right, I'm gonna take a bunch of swings here.
Okay.
Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh. Hey, there you go.
Better than nothing.
Okay. Arium. Rokea.
Uh, Rokea will run his claws through the spot where he's bleeding from the trident and activate his Hemocraft for 2 more damage. I'm doing.
Mhm.
So now that my the frozen is active, I will continue with some claw marks into this thing. Ooh, that's not great.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yay!
Yeah.
For
14.
yeah, 14.
Okay.
Still grab.
Still
Going
grapple.
nowhere.
Zeldrin.
Okay. Um. I want to chuck a moonbeam, but I just don't have the room to. I'm going to take a step back, risking an opportunity attack.
Yeah. 22.
That hits.
That will only be 8 slashing damage as it swipes out at you.
Okay. And I'm gonna first level guiding bolt again. Alright.
That's gonna hit.
13.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Gives out a feral shriek at being burned by starlight, and then once again, come on, dice.
It's okay,
Ah,
Dice.
fuck.
You don't have to show up. It's fine.
18 to hit with the claws.
Will miss because of the resilient hide.
All right. And then an 8 to hit with the
Whew.
bite attack. Ugh. I will say that I would be rolling better, but I have disadvantage on these attacks. So, good work, Zaz. It is your turn.
All right. Couple more swings, and is the first one at advantage because of that guiding bolt? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Holy moly.
Oh, God. 15 will hit. All right. His strength is being whittled away slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Just see the cold marks of your steel cutting through his back, drawing not really any blood per se, but
Right.
rending the costume. Rokea.
There we go. Yeah, just going to continue to dig in. He is shouting in. Oh, that's a nat one on that one. But that's for the hit. And then for a bonus action, I will use my extra predatory strikes attack. And also, rock on.
But that's okay. Your first dig, as you're like pushing your claws deeper in and try to bite like into its face and shoulders and body, you hear it cry out, and though you cannot get like a good latch with your teeth, um, y- you know you've struck something sensitive within its chest, and it starts like shrieking and flailing, and then stops moving, skewered on your hands. And it is dead. Combat ends.
Think there are more of those fuckers in the other two graves?
I will continue to tear this body into tiny chunks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Tell you what, I do regret making that joke about Floof.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. He'll be alright. We'll get him back. We can dig up those other two, put them down, but I mean, I'm not. I don't have a whole lot left in the tank, and we've got traveling left to do.
Yeah, I think it's best if.
All right, dig them up. Dig them up.
And
I'll take care of this right now.
and you all laughed at me when I bought a shovel. I'll start digging.
Okay. It isn't very long into digging when you know you have disturbed the thing
Mhm.
beneath, and the
Just out of
next
curiosity,
body.
is it less than 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. The second body appears and claws its way upwards towards you. Gotta roll initiative again.
Dig them up. You guys got this.
All right,
Zazarak
Zazarak, you with your shovel are right on top of this thing as it's crawling out. It's technically prone in this moment.
Zazarak's digging. Zeldrin's watching, says a prayer of vigilance. Roque is just turned away, picking his nose.
um, I will, like I'm digging and I'm sort of half-heartedly like I'm not like excited about this prospect, right? And as soon as I like move a shovel of dirt out of the way and the dirt beneath me now continues to wriggle because I've cleared enough away that this thing starts moving,
Mhm.
I just chuck the shovel out of the grave and take 2 wild swings with my scimitar down on this thing.
Okay. Both of those will hit.
And Starlight Step out of the grave behind and just to right behind Rokea. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Okay. Zeldrin, you are standing above the open grave with something clawing its way out.
Mm-hmm. I will just give it a good old swing with my hammer. It's still prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
7 damage.
All right. Well, it can get up now and crawl onto you. With a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. You are grappled. And then a 19 with its teeth.
That hits. No.
Okay.
Well, yes. Yeah, it does. Meets
All
beats
right.
it.
7 points of piercing, 7 points of necrotic, with your max reduced by that 7. And Rokea.
Alrighty. Actually, I will move up next to Zeldrin, and I will attack. I'm going to attempt to shove it backwards off of.
Okay.
I do have advantage on this because I am Rokea.
Da, 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 da. I rolled a 15.
Aha!
Grab it by its white painted head and just push, just throw, and it. What's the word? Like reels back.
Then I will follow up with 5 more feet of movement and use my second attack to just dig in with claws.
Kind of fall into the pit there if you step right there.
Oh, I will go through Zeldrin. And so there. That
All right.
totally did not arrow the way it was supposed to, but
It's okay.
get off.
That will hit. Okay.
And then I gotta actually remember how this predatory strikes works. When you use the attack action to make an unarmed strike, yeah, I can make additional unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Mhm.
It did make a claw attack even with the shove.
Okay.
Or 15 more points of damage.
Ooh. Okay. Zezrak?
Yeah, I will charge forward, twirling my scimitar like a drum major on crack. All right, look at that right there.
Okay.
And not because it's necessarily smart, but just because I haven't crit before, I will use a second level spell slot to
Divine Smite.
yeah. And what is that?
Yeah.
6, I think?
Total of 6. Oh.
Second level spell slot should be 8, right? Because it's
Oh yeah, you're right.
2 for the first level, 3 for the second level, 4 because it's undead, and then doubled
Yes.
to 8. So
I
another
forgot the
2d8.
second level would be 3 total. Oh Christ.
Hot dog, hot
Wow,
dog,
holy
hot diggity
Jesus.
dog.
So that
21.
does kill this one
32.
actually.
Oh, really? Ain't that something?
How do you want to how do you want that to look?
Like a drum major twirling a baton that's been smoking meth for like 3 days straight, like just crazed and wild and no like no coolness or smoothness to the moves at all. It's just pure chaos and rage, and like he's freaked out because he was just digging this body up and still hasn't quite got his cool back.
Okay, all right. You blunderblade that bitch, and its dismembered pieces fall to the ground, partially into the grave, and do not continue moving.
All right, I guess I'll get that shovel and start working on that final. Say, I don't mean to be weird, but how do you think they made the third one look like you, Rokea?
You know, imagine it looks more like Aryan little little more fishy than shark.
All right, well, let's find out.
You want me to do the digging?
Oh, by all means. I'm not gonna lie, that last one freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. Why don't both of you stay back a little bit? Especially
And
you, Zeldin, you look a little rough.
I mean, like, I know what's down there, and yet when it starts moving, it still freaks me out.
Well, good thing is I don't expect they made it look like this. And he points at his own face. Imagine it'd be hard to find something make a sexy beast like this. Arium's all right, but this is. I mean, look at me. I'm a fierce predator. I start digging, and he just keeps rambling.
And you dig up a bulette.
Good news, bullets do not like the taste of elf flesh. All right, bad news for me. I'm a shark right now. Fuck.
Likewise, not long after you've started disturbing the soil, it starts fighting back and writhing underneath you. And a figure that has been painted, the skin has been painted green. And
When the ground just starts like fighting, can I just start shoveling super hard?
yeah, like try to get it out faster.
No, like try to dismember it through the dirt with a shovel.
Oh.
Right, stay in there. Stay in there.
Okay, let's go round 3 with these monsters.
Oh, God.
Doing them one at a time is actually kind of brutal for you guys, actually. Rokea, you're stabbing down with the shovel. You can take an attack.
Clearly, this thing has come through the dirt. The shovel has not done its job. I will lay in with the claws.
All right. It's still functionally prone.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
No, 17 is still a hit.
Still good. Yep.
4, 13,
Okay.
25 to hit. 4, 10. Bless you. Bless you again.
Thank you.
Oof, man, bad damage. Consistent damage.
Consistent, and 3 of them.
3 and 3. But that is, what is it? 26, 36.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for this guy. And then it is Azarak's turn.
All right, I'll try and carve this guy up.
25 is going to hit. All right. Okay, this creature's going to claw its way up, and just Rokea, as you're kind of over it and just digging downwards, and it's just going to start clawing up your forearms and try to grab you by the shoulders and pull itself upright. 24 to hit.
That'll hit. I told you to stay in there.
And then a 20 to bite.
That will hit.
All right. 8 points of piercing reduced to 4 for you, right?
Correct.
And then 4 points of necrotic, reducing your max HP.
Okay.
Yay, I got you.
Yeah, I gotta remember. Okay, so you said 4 points from the claw damage, and then what was
4 necrotic, reduced.
Was there no piercing with the bite also?
Oh, sorry. So that 4. Sorry, there's 4 necrotic. That is the reduction as well,
Yeah.
And then 4 points of piercing damage from the bite.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then not the claw. Did
Yeah.
the claw? Yeah, the claw also hit.
The
That's what
claw
I'm confused by.
hits.
I think that
Yeah,
was just
so-
a grapple.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
got it. Okay,
yeah, the
that's
claw
what. That's why
attacks-
I was confused.
yeah, the claw attacks can
So
either do damage or
4
auto
damage.
grapple.
And maximum hit point modifier -4. Okay.
Zeldrin. You're muted. Thank you.
Conserve my spell slots. Because we haven't needed them thus far. I will just run up here. No, I won't. What am I doing? No, I won't. Sacred Flame.
That's a nat 20 on that save.
God dang it. Alright, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay, okay.
You want to bite? We're going to bite contest now. Okay.
That's a bite.
Bite that motherfucker.
Ouch.
Oh,
I got stuck. It's stuck.
oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do both of those? I think I just took your damage for both of them. Sorry.
What?
I did. Hold on.
Oh God, you took that off me.
I did. I did.
I should
can't
be
remember.
at 30, I should be at 36 hit points.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you fix that. I'm sorry. I like.
All of a sudden I'm at 5 hit points.
Yeah, I like looked at a different screen and I came back and like, what the fuck happened to you?
Rokea, that's your arm.
I'm gonna be picking bits of myself out of my teeth all night. Damn it!
if
Not,
if
not with
Rokea
that on
bites
my
himself,
guess.
does Arium have Rokea in his teeth or does he have Arium?
Poof.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's dark.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. I think I'm
Okay.
still grappled, so I'm not moving it.
Correct. Zazarak.
All right. Same as it ever was.
Mm-hmm. How do you want to do this? Well, it's got your friend grappled.
I will just continue carving bits and pieces of this thing away until all that's left is Rokea standing there holding on to its 2 forearms. And the rest of it has been carved away.
All right.
All right, that's the right question.
Hmm.
This thing was made up to look for me. If I ate it, would that be cannibalism? He's looking at the 2 arms that he's holding.
No, that thing's abomination. It's not nearly as pretty as you are. Holy moly, after this fight, I've started talking like you. What's going on?
You know what? I think I'll spare Arium the stomach ache, and I'll toss the arms into the woods.
Just one after another.
Yeah, that's probably a wise decision.
All right.
We
Your
probably could have
doppelgangers have been dismembered. Oh, continue.
we probably could have left them things lying, but it didn't feel right. Didn't feel right knowing they was down there trying to all freak us out. But they're the ones that are freaked out. Well, not these ones.
Who do you think made these stones and put them here?
I mean, there are plenty of folk that I could think to blame, but it's just as likely to be the realm itself terrorizing us, and some magic woven in by the master of the land.
Could be, could be. Although it makes me think of that at the coffin makers, that the one with the mask, that Valenta. Yeah, Valenta. She had things like this with her. Perhaps she ran off, said she'd see us again. Maybe this is a little. I guess it's a little late to ask one of them, huh? Oh well.
Yes, those are both excellent
Little-
ideas.
Maybe she left this little calling card, a little wish you were here postcard kind of thing.
I will climb into the hole that has been dug for the Arium grave and just see if there's anything down there.
Yeah, sure,
Maybe
make me an investigation check. Dig through some of the loose earth, find where it is packed a little bit firmer, probably where the corpse was laying under the surface of earth that you dug through. But you see
Didn't
no
even put them in
artifacts,
a
no symbols.
box. Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, you're fine. Yeah, no, they were just in the dirt. You find no artifact, no token.
Yeah, no, nothing. It's
Well, I guess at least in the short term, it will remain a mystery. And if we are lucky, well, I was going to say if we're lucky, it will reveal itself as time goes on. But more time I spend this place, I think maybe we'll be lucky if it remains a mystery. Well,
All right,
perhaps,
ready to get back through?
yeah,
Sorry?
perhaps we can finally find this winery and Mr. Mordakov.
Been a very long day. We are not halfway through it.
All right. Back westward onto the road, you continue. The form of Rokea shrinks to form of Arium in this time. And some couple of hours pass. You begin to feel some of the warmth from the distant sun push some of the mist back. However, the dampness does not cease. You begin to feel, you hear above you in the deep green of the trees the sound of light rain trailing through its branches and eventually coming to the road, splashing, forming small puddles. It's just a misting rain that isn't terribly obstructive, but feels sloggy. And eventually, the road that you are on becomes less formed, more raw and difficult. A muddy trail that meanders through the woods and sort of begins to descend somewhat a little from the hills that you are crawling through. And eventually the trees begin to thin some. The rain douses some of the mist such that you have a little bit more of a clearer vision. The it is revealed to you a meadow. The trail ahead of you splits one branch heading west into the valley, and the other south. You can see that the woods are deeper, darker that way. A wooden signpost at this intersection points to the west into the meadow and has just the carved word vineyard scratched into its surface.
Well, I suppose we should go make some introductions, see if we can find. What was their name again? The head honcho?
I believe it was Davian Mordakov. That's Erwin's father.
Right.
You head westward onto the path, as indicated, following an unpainted fence that blindly paces the trail on either side. This path skirts north of what you can see to be a sprawling vineyard in the meadow before bending south towards a stately, squat building. The fog takes on some ghostly forms beyond the fencing, swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines in the meadow. Here and there you see rope-handled barrels used for hauling grapes, sort of abandoned, both in the vineyard and just beyond the fencing. North of the trail is a large stand of trees, and a man wearing a dark cloak, hunched, and his hood pulled low over his face, stands near the trees. He's leaning on a staff, and his offhand reaches out with a beckoning hand and motions for you to break from the trail.
I will approach. Follow his direction.
Yeah, I'll do the
All right.
same. Mhm.
All right. You crawl over the fence and approach this figure. He's a little bit shorter than each of you as he's hunched over. His cowl is pulled low enough and comes to a sharp point that nearly touches his nose. And as he lifts his chin to you, you see a very gray old man with a scraggled and muddy beard, an old wrinkled face, and he says, "What has brought you to the vineyard, strangers?"
Are you we just said the name Mardukov. You're, we've been sent by I believe your son from the Blue Water Inn.
Orwin sent you.
Yes, I mean he was concerned when a shipment didn't come in. Thought there might be something wrong.
Yes. Yes. I am Davian. Orwin is my son.
Do you bleed? Kidding, I do not ask that.
The paranoia has seeped into other games.
Yeah.
He has sent you for a shipment.
Oh, yes, he
Uh, and,
has.
and also to check on you. He was concerned when the shipment didn't arrive.
He's sort of clenching and unclenching his jaw. There is very apparently, for those with high passive insight, he is wrestling with something mentally. Um, and he says, "There is something wrong. How Orwin may know it, do not know. The family has been ousted from the vineyard. 3 days past.
By what force?
Witches. Witches of the forest. Orwin trusted you all. Orwin was a irresponsible young man. Has caused this family much trouble. But if he has asked you to travel so far, perhaps there is something we may ask of you that you may be able to help us with. Come."
Yes, of course.
He turns around and begins heading deeper into the trees, where it grows quite dark. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Sure. Zezarek, is this... Can you tell? Is there some threat here? Is this person a danger to
Oh,
us?
I don't know why you'd even ask such a thing on such a beautiful winery as this. I mean, just the aromas of a place like this. Breathe deep.
Have plenty of reach in this moment
Mhm.
and can pull everything in, and there is no such creature detectable by this sense within your 60-foot radius.
There's nothing I detect but rich soil and fine grapes.
The old man leads you deep into the forest. Not far from the road, you could still turn and likely find it again,
Mhm.
but the mist certainly crawls its way into your vision and makes it hard for you to be able to immediately see it. And amongst some trees, in what appears to be a very, very small ground that has been cleared for camping, but no such materials have been prepared here. There remains only a fire pit. The old man sits himself beside a tree and whistles upwards into the boughs. The branches shake, and the flutter of wings, audible but unseen in the darkness, descends upon you within this clearing. And then, with very odd movements, a flock of crows, ravens, flies downward into the lowest boughs into the bushes and then to the ground. And some of these forms, as they lower, begin to grow and change, and the feathers scatter. And in the places of some of these animals, not all of them, appear people with broad faces, wide noses, and hard cheekbones, dark hair, many of them, all wearing black coats and leather rain cloaks. Many of them are hooded. You see, like, some youths, um, uh, as well as a couple of young adults as well. Some of them are sitting in the boughs of the trees, and some of them are around on the ground. And the old man says, "If Irvin has sent you for his aid, foolish he may be, but not a bad judge of character. We are the line of Mortikov, the keepers of the feather, and our ancestral home, the vineyard, has been stolen from us these past days. Folks of the forest, barbarous witches, savage thieves, have stolen from us. It is no light favor that I ask for someone such strong figures as can walk unguarded through the forests, unaided by Vistani, to help us to reclaim our home."
I'm very sorry for what we have gone through. Perhaps you can tell us, um, what have you say they have taken your home? They have, I'm assuming, moved into it and made it theirs. Is there some object that they hold over you, some thing that they have, or have they driven you out of the vineyard and into these woods? Just
A
through force, I mean.
a young woman perched within the tree uh, says down with a pretty bold and authoritative voice, "Brute force has taken our land from us. There was only so much we could do to survive. We were lucky to escape with our lives."
I understand. I do not wish to speak for my two compatriots, but if it is within my power to assist you, I would be happy to help you reclaim your home.
Yes, I think we can assist. I think it is necessary, however, that we may need to rest before we can do so.
It has been a very long journey.
We have no refuge we could offer you.
We can, we can provide our own refuge. I can craft uh, a small area that will be protected. Um, if it is the case that you need shelter as well, I do not know your number, but I can provide shelter for a few of you as well.
You count 9 of them, including an infant child who is being held by a teenage boy.
I can fit 9 people plus me, so 2 of them will have to stay out. Well, 2 people will have to stay out, whether it's them or the 2 of you. But
The young woman says, "My husband and I may watch from without."
very well. We shan't need long to recuperate, but it would be foolish to rush in without our strength.
Davian says, "Whatever we may offer, we would wish to give. It is dire that we return to what we have."
Give my prying, but shapeshifters are something of an area of study, as it were, for me. How is it that you druids? Are you wizards? Are you simply able to change form on your own?
A curse of our bloodline.
So this is something that is passed down to children, even grandchildren.
Yes.
Hmm.
Keepers of a Feather are a generations old organization.
I get a sense when she says curse, does she mean like the curse of lycanthropy, or is this obviously
I won't
I wouldn't know the specifics, but like some other kind of curse?
I won't make you roll insight with your skills and historical background. You have a hunch they're specifically talking of lycanthropy.
The entire settlement that has mastered the curse of lycanthropy is nothing short of astounding. Um,
Hmm.
I am Ariam Kashai. Uh, we three are not native to Barovia, as I'm sure you can tell, and in the world in which we are from, we are part of a group called the House of the Crescent Moon. That is a group that specializes in taking the same, well, not the same curse that you yourselves are under, but a similar curses, I suppose, and mastering them uh, to use those abilities to the benefit of everyone else. In this way, I suppose we could very well be uh, brethren in arms. It would be both my honor and my duty to assist you at this point. And I suppose, should you ever find yourselves outside of Barovia in the world called Faerun, um, you can seek us out at the House of the Crescent Moon. These witches, as you call them, we ran into a trio of sisters at a mill when we were making our way to the town of Vallaki. The witches who have run you out of your vineyard, are they um, similar hideous old crones who are always plotting and scheming?
The teenager who's holding the baby says, "I saw you there. You did good over. You did good. You saved those children."
Ah, you were the You were the raven that squawked at us.
Kind of blushes a little.
You, uh, I don't think we could have done it without you. As I recall, you helped us find the place. So you will be pleased to know that those two children are safe. They are being cared for at St. Andrew's in Valaki.
He looks to his grandfather, who he's sitting next to on the ground. I think these are good people. And the old man sort of nods, and then to you says, "These witches are not like the sisters of the old bone grinder. These are tribe
Forgot that was.
members." Huh?
I forgot
Forgot
that
that
was
was
the name.
Grinder's bone.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
This is what happens to Grinder's Bone when people stop buying their music. They just retire into the woods.
Become bakers.
Start
Yep.
kidnapping children.
Yeah, they're
These
trying to
are
find out what the youth are into for a big comeback.
these are servants of the Hag of Yesterhill, Baba Yaslaga, a wicked crone, older than these mountains, older even than Strad von Zarovich. She has trained her kind, druids, in her craft. She has taken some need for our land. She personally finds us to be a plague upon Barovia. I have lost my brothers, sisters, many of my family to that old witch. She stuffs her scarecrows with our feathers.
Ah, yes, we have encountered some of those things on the road. That was very far from here, though. It would seem that her creations have ranged quite a ways all over Barovia. That might also explain why they were particularly keen on destroying me.
If you share such similar curse as the Martikov line, then yes. They are not intelligent creatures, these scarecrows, but they know their prey.
Well, I think, will be more than happy to see what we can do to return your land to you. I hope we can run this. I think you said Baba Yazaga?
Lysaga.
Lizaga. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel so much better, actually.
Pretty tough.
And I'm sorry, I do want to clarify. That's supposed to be Baba, not Baby
Oh,
Lizaga,
yes,
right?
Baba. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you typed
I was
it.
Baby Lasaga.
Yes.
I already wrote down Baby Lasagna. That's the name.
We will see what we can discover in the morning. Hopefully, find a way to, at the very least, drive them off and prevent them from returning.
Do you know how many of them have taken up residence?
The old man looks at the teenager, who says, "I, I believe I have seen 3, but there are creatures that they control
Mm.
that wander the vineyard and the winery itself."
And I don't suppose you could, if we, I think one of us may have uh, charcoal and paper, perhaps give us a rough layout of the place. So we
Yes, of
have
course. Yes.
excellent, excellent, very helpful.
The adult woman who's in the trays briefly shifts in a flurry of feathers and descends to the ground, returning to human form in the blink of an eye, um, and takes up the instruction for a rough layout. She describes to you. Uh, Let me look at the map. She describes to you a pavilion where a lot of the great mashing takes place. That is open to the elements, but is under an awning. That is adjacent to, on the ground floor, the uh, the brewery itself. There is also stables where their horses are kept if the horses remain alive. A carriage house. And on the second floor is predominantly open to the first floor. Um, just a lot of like just open, taller space. And the second floor also contains their private quarters, as she describes it. And she also mentions that there is a cellar where everything else is everything that is finished is stored until it is ready to be shipped. Uh, Points of entry include a front door, which is readily apparent and visible. Um, the carriage house, a door near the carriage house into the facility itself, um, and an entrance that like a side door that like leads to their well and to their outhouse as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, and counting the carriage house entrance, about 4-ish ground floor entrances. Essentially cardinally directed as well. So one north, east, south, and west.
This will all be very, very helpful. Thank you. I don't know that I have any other questions. Seldrin, Sazerac?
No, I think we rest up and get in there.
Agreed.
All right. I'm assuming that means you're planning on casting.
Lehman's tiny hut.
And what does that appear like?
Uh, from the inside, it's a field of dimly lit, twinkling like starlight and just like a sheen, and from the outside it is just a pale white, um, the opposite of transparent.
Opaque.
Yeah.
The young woman ushers her children to remain inside. You have the teenager, then two middle-ish aged children.
Children.
Yeah, all three of them boys, and then the baby girl who is sort of passed around from family member to family member. Um, Davian is also encouraged to be inside. He's a little belligerent, but his daughter insists. And then um, his daughter and her husband remain outside, alternating in forms between uh, human and raven, and taking watch through the rest. Is there anything you'd like to say or do as you're preparing to bed down? Oh, and there's two other adult men. I forgot that they're also here. It's fine.
Arian will offer, should there be any sort of danger while we are resting, we will be alert still. Please do not hesitate to seek our help.
One of the adult men gives you a grateful nod and says, "You say that you've spoken with Irvin. How is he?"
He seems to be doing quite well. Although, now that I think about it, this does answer the question of how the children were able to beat all the other racers.
Most
They
certainly
were
does.
cheating, simply not in the way that we were thinking.
I hadn't put that together. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Delightful, delightful. Yes, yeah. I don't know if he had taken a wife and had children by the time he had left here, but he runs an inn in Valaki, not too far from here. The Blue Water Inn. I suppose if you've done business with him for wine, that you're aware of that.
He gives a wry smile and nods. Yes, we see each other occasionally. He and his wife were betrothed. 10 years ago was when he looks over to the grandfather, to Davian, and says, "For he was strongly encouraged to leave. It is good to know that he has been doing well for himself in that time."
For what it's worth, he does seem to be quite happy with his lot right now. So
Would it be too presumptuous of me to ask why he was asked to leave 10 years ago?
Gives another furtive look to his father and says, "He was betrothed to his wife. There was an occurrence, something very important. to the vineyard, to our family. That was taken on his watch. I do not blame Danica, but our father does blame Erwin.
Do you know whatever was taken? Was it? Do you know by whom it was taken? Do you suspect it was this Baba Lizaga, or do you know the culprit?
I, it was it was an incident of scarecrows attacking the vineyard on Erwin's watch. He was not there watching.
Ah,
You have no further questions. You guys can take your rest. And take our 15-minute break. Back at 1:30, and then you can get up. Well, considering it's midday, you'd be getting your 4-hour rest pretty much
still
near 7.
midday. Good lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been rough. Rough stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's either we rest now and, assault the fortress at night, or we, wait until morning, but, we have an appointment in a few days, so.
can take your 4-hour rest under the watchful eye of the Keepers of the Feather and under the protection of the Twilight Rider. And as the sun begins to lower, you are all feeling well enough. I can see that Tyler hasn't fixed his HP yet. Have you gotten your spell slots and everything? Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now.
Okay. Okay. On your trident?
On the trident, yeah. Because I'm Arium, not Rokea, so I can't do the
Mhm.
claws.
Gotcha. Man, that kind of sucks that you have to do it twice if you want to, like, get
Eh,
full coverage. You're using a d6, right? Okay,
Mhm.
good. All right. So, what's your plan?
Well, we've been given a rough layout of the what do you call the building where the wine is made? I mean, the vineyard is the grounds as much as anything else, right?
The winery, maybe? The distillery? The chateau?
The teenager Claudio says, "Winery."
Where you let the juice loose.
We have a rough layout of the building where um, where these witches seem to be holed up. Um, I just, gentlemen, want to make sure that we three are all on the same page. I don't expect there to be much of a diplomatic solution here. Am I the only one thinking this way?
No, certainly not. I mean, witches that have hostily taken over the home of hardworking people. I won't be very diplomatic, I don't think.
And not to mention um, they're seeing these uh, the members of this um, Keepers of the Feather, them seeing the Keepers of the Feather as some sort of thing to be exterminated. I don't see any situation in which we talk them into leaving and then they don't simply return when we have left.
Indeed.
Yes, as much as I hate to agree, I cannot imagine that they would be willing to engage in a conversation so friendly that we would feel comfortable leaving them alive. So, do we have a plan of attack? Is it divide and conquer? Is it try and pick off these beasts first? Or do we try and find one of the witches alone, perhaps try and isolate one and attack?
I
Or is
really
it
think that will
simply,
depend.
yeah,
I-
I mean, I think we were headed in the same direction. It will depend on what we encounter when we get there.
Hmm,
Hmm.
precisely. I do think we should be on the lookout for more of those scarecrow things as well. They
Yes, we
were
should certainly be careful and cautious, but I I don't trust in my ability to sneak around once we get there, and I do not think it a good idea for us to split up. I think we stick together, be conservative, and uh, work our way in.
yes, definitely no splitting up, especially as those scarecrows seem to have it out for me. Also, and he just sort of bounces a little bit so the scale mail jangles. I don't think I will be doing any sneaking around myself. All right. Well, X-Base Paladin.
Yeah, it's a good thing that my perception is so high that I can sneak around and say, hey, is that a squirrel? What is that? All right. Well, I think it is time for we three to venture forward and see what the evening has in store for us.
Okay. You head back towards the road, climb back over the fence, and follow the dirt path towards the vineyard, towards the winery. As you are approaching, some couple hundred feet away, Zeldrin, you see the vineyard moving. Then Arium, Zazarak, it is impossible to not notice the plants shifting and moving, the greenery itself quaking as it is disturbed isn't what pulls its way through the hanging vines. Instead, you see odd shapes, practically bipedal, but in all sorts of odd, janky, sharp-edged forms. They become clearer as you're about 120 feet away from the building itself. You see many, many, many forms with barky surfaces and sharp appendages, almost spears for their hands. Sharp, jagged, and rough, dark colored, like dried plant life. Many, many of these figures are moving towards you and quickly. Have 120 feet till you make it to the winery. These creatures are 120 feet away from you in the vineyard. What would you like to do?
Are they running towards us from the direction that we are headed?
They are coming from the vineyard. So as you're coming to the meadow,
Mm-hmm.
we're forming effectively a triangle where you have the winery 120 feet away from you,
Mm-hmm.
essentially farther down the road, and the creatures and the vineyard 120 feet away from you at another angle. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just
Should we-
want to. They are charging, not charge, but they are coming at us like well before we even, like basically the moment we hop the fence. Like they didn't
You
see us and are now charging. Like they knew we were there before we could see them.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I hate to say it, but I think our best bet is to charge for that winery and hope we get there before they do, so that
Mhm.
we can keep them on the other side of the door.
Yeah, let's start running.
Okay. Do you do anything to increase your? Actually, you all have a base walking speed of 30, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do a skilled contest, which will mean you can use spells, special abilities, if you want, but you each will have a single opportunity, skill-wise, in some degree, to try to get to the winery first. Let's start with Arium.
Oh boy. Um, as much as the plan is to just straight book it, I think if there are, yeah, I will probably have to switch to Rokea for some of this. Basically, if there are, I am looking as we are running for, and what is the terrain like between us and the vineyard? Like, is it the actual, or is it the actual like grape orchard, or is it forest?
Um, because you are descending into the meadow, there's much fewer trees obstructing your view of the vineyard and the winery. The way to the winery is just the road that you're on and downhill. And then to the vineyard is off of the road, but still downhill. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Um, I was gonna see about putting obstacles in their way, like knocking over trees and stuff, but that sounds like the only thing I would be doing would be to knock over the actual vines, which sort of defeats the purpose of trying to save this place, I think. Uh, yeah, so I guess in that case, I'm just Arium is go. I will stay as Arium for now, and I'm just gonna book it. I don't think there's really a whole lot of other options for me.
Okay, I'll have you make an athletics check.
We should have gone to Rokea for the advantage.
If you want to, you can still do that.
No, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna save Rokea for now. We'll take the 18.
Okay. All right. And Zazarak, you're next alphabetically.
Yeah, I would
Barely.
say, right. I mean, I'm just booking it as well, and I think anything that gets close, I am not, as opposed to just trying to barrel through it, I am going to try and use my grace and whirling dervish nature to parkour my way around anything that tries to close in or get a hold of me.
Okay. Are you vying for an acrobatics check
That is
then?
exactly what I'm vying for.
You know what? I'll allow that. Okay. And that leaves Zeldrin.
Uh, I'm just booking it. I would like to use just like one of my Starlight steps to get an extra little 30 feet jump
Okay.
in there, but other than that, I'm just running.
Okay. You're only using one.
Yeah.
Okay. I will have I will lower your DC by 2 points then, and have you also do an athletics check. Okay. All right. Just running down the hill, the three of you, towards the winery. The uh, old two-story stone building with multiple entrances, covered in thick ivy and iron fencing along the roof line, the trail that you are running down leads most directly to an open loading dock on the ground floor, next to a wooden stable, um, which is obviously the most recent construction attached to the east side of the winery. Um, it is up to you if you wish to enter through the loading dock or through the door into the building proper that is adjacent to the loading dock.
I think heading straight for the loading dock.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Okay. I'm going to drop you guys on a map so you can see the loading dock. And then in this next round, determine once your point of entrance, once your point of entrance, uh, how you'd like to barricade. As you hear the cracking sound of limbs, woody popping and snapping of bark, uh, beginning to close in behind you. You guys are right here. You're a little bit farther than that technically mechanically, but you can see well enough. I'm going to actually get rid of some of those dynamic lightings. Hold on. There you go.
Should we book it for that door back there and try to close it?
Absolutely.
I think we'll need to check the rest of the floors quickly and as safely as we can to ensure that there are no more other open doors.
I will start running. I guess the gate's over here. Start running up the stairs towards this door back here.
All right.
Yeah, I will do the same.
Arium, I assume you follow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll just hop
Uh,
over here. Oh, there we go.
Is this a door or is that a window?
that is a window.
Okay.
All right. You can see the creatures now 60 feet away from the building, still making their way. You can shut the door behind you. And Zeldrin and Zazarak, as you've kind of passed these open doors, you see the uh, fermentation room, the central
Mhm.
part of this building, just through that open door. How do you want to barricade?
Shut the door, and I'll look in here for something that I can roll a barrel and try to wedge it. Try to stack some barrels by the door.
Right. Let me see if if these barrels are full, or do you not care?
Um, Fuller would be better. I'll start just checking them, see if there are any full. If there's not any, then I'll just start tossing empty barrels back towards the other guys.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, some of these smaller casks are filled, so you can roll some that way and begin uh, putting them in the path.
Mhm.
Just close the door. There we go. Okay. The next 2 rounds will consist of, unless anyone's doing anything different, pulling like weighted barrels into place. Does anyone want to do anything different?
What do the door handles on these doors look like? And the reason I ask is because I happen to be carrying the all-star of this campaign, a certain Crowy C crowbar that if there's like double doors, with door handles that are loops, right? I can shove that crowbar through both of them to keep those doors closed. If not, right, I've also got a shovel that I can wedge down in sort of open door handles, or potentially, depending on which way the door opens, like drive it into the area where the door would swing open to prevent that from happening.
hmm I would say, since this door is not typically uh, what's it called? A cargo door.
Mhm.
Um, the shovel is immediately the recognizably better use tool here, and you can take your turn to wedge that in.
Great, and that's perfect because I didn't want to leave Crowy behind anyway.
Arium, is there anything you'd like to specify doing?
Um, do not believe so. Nope.
Okay. All right. Then 2 rounds of loading and barricading, and then you hear the sound of just wood on wood scratching at the door, and it's quite loud, but it is unable to break through the door. You have secured uh, yourselves within.
Oh, son of a bitch. We left all the wine on the other side of the door.
Not all of it, you hear from above you.
Oh, wonderful. We have guests. Shall we, gentlemen?
Hmm.
And I assume there's a
suppose we
spiral
shall.
staircase.
That is actually not a spiral staircase. That is
Oh,
a flat path that spirals upwards, but there are no steps.
oh, gotcha.
You actually hear this voice coming from the fermentation room.
The-
I'm passingly familiar with concoctions that have gone not quite as expected. I can check out this other room with the smell.
yeah, let's do so.
You are overwhelmed by the rich smell of fermenting wine in this large 2-story chamber that Stefania Martikov had described to you. There is a wooden staircase in the center of the room, climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that clings to the southern wall. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are many of the barrels that Zazarak that Zeldrin had retrieved. Um, let's see. Trying to see if there's any. Let's see. Uh, Beneath the roof, 20 feet above you, are rafters that are filled with ravens. And peering over the side of the balcony, smiling at you, is a a wild-looking figure, who has within her hands a wooden flask that she's screwing the cap back onto. She's wearing a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns. Her hair is long and tangled, and see something skittering across the floor. A tiny creature that looks a lot like the things you saw outside, but minuscule in comparison. Uh, and it disappears behind one of the casks. The woman above you smiles, tilts her head to the side at a very dramatic angle, and says, "What's brought you all the way out here?"
You don't belong here.
Au contraire, we've found this place. We've taken it. It's as much ours as it ever was the Martikovs.
Well, if that is your logic, then we're here to take it back.
I wish you luck. And she grins a broken-toothed grin. And we are actually going to roll into initiative as she begins to cast a spell. Okay. Zeldrin, you are up first as you come into the room and are looking upwards at this woman. You see the rafters and the ravens that are stirring and fluttering, and beyond them, in the dimming light of the evening, um, you see what appears to be a growth on the ceiling, um, possibly mold, but it is large, and with as high of a passive perception as you have, um, there's something foul that taints the smell of this air. The sweetness of the wine is made sick by something disgusting that is just beginning to like infect your nostrils.
Mhm.
You are first.
Okay.
She is 10 feet above you on the balcony. I
Mhm.
pinged the wrong layer.
Yeah, I can't really the large distillery bins are keeping me from seeing anything on the balcony really.
Let me see if I can move them with any convenience. You know what? It'll be fine. Fine.
I will see. I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope. Uh, and give the three of us advantage on wisdom saves and death saves, and allow us to regain maximum from any hit points from any healing.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Not moving at all.
I'm going to try to like move behind this, jump behind this barrel and kind of under the balcony, and try to like cut off her line of sight a bit.
Okay. As you cut around, the vat closest to you rocks almost, and it's a very large and heavy object, you can tell. And there is an ominous sound coming from within as fingers, appendages made of wood, begin to crawl over the edge of the cask above you and pull themselves up. More of these wooden figures, heaped one on top of another like crabs trying to climb out of a bucket, are creatures after creature pulling themselves out and to the ground after you. Let's get a few of them. Oh, let's go actually there. Okay. All right. As they are piling out of the vat, they strike out with their sharp, broken fingers. They bear no face, but these monsters have sharp claws and hissing, like chittering malice. Zeldrin, your AC is a 19. You
Mhm.
got your shield armed, I'm assumed.
Yeah.
All right, and Zazarak, you are at a 16.
Mm-hmm.
That means that as the three that are within reach of you reach for the two of you, none of them are able to hit. Uh, and Zazarak, it is your turn.
All right. I will use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself. And as I take a couple swings at this thing right here, I will just call out, do y'all have any ideas?
That'll hit. This one is cloven in half and shatters to pieces in a flurry of wood chips.
I'll just move on to the next one then.
Uh-huh.
The 16 hit?
Yep. All right, that one is also broken.
And I will 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm still pressed up under the overhang, but I'm running down towards where I last saw her.
Okay. Form on the ceiling coalesces into a mess of tangled mold, vines, broken plant life. and then in a heap just drops to the ground with a earth-shaking thud. Um, the ravens begin to scream and caw and fly around, both in fear and in anxiety and aggression, and begin pecking at and destroying some of the wooden creatures, but avoid this writhing mass of plant life. Uh, as it hits the ground, this a tendril from this form lashes outwards towards Zazarak. It's gonna like flop its way halfway onto the staircase. And I have an @1 to hit you, and a 9, and a 17 to hit, which doesn't hit with your raised AC. Okay. Arium, it is your turn.
I can only sort of see through the doorway. I have my trident out. I've seen this thing flop down. I never got a very good view of where the voice that I heard was, so I will try to step through the door. I'm gonna have to squeeze through. Oh, hello, Zeldrin space. Uh, hmm.
These are ravens, don't worry. I'm not just dropping new shit on the map to scare y'all.
I will.
Too late.
Yeah, I will call out to the ravens. Not that we've been sent by the Keepers of the Feather. We're here to help. And I will cast Green Flame Blade and try to hit this one that is right here. Actually, the one here.
Okay.
I have to make a melee attack for part of that spell. Ha!
That's a hit.
Then I gotta remember what the hell this actually does. Fifth level, the extra damage. Okay. So the regular damage to the one that I hit, plus the fifth level melee attack deals an extra D8 fire damage. So but it's actually cold.
You've killed it, by the way. It's dead.
Oh, okay. Then it lashes out, and the second creature, because this is at fifth level, it takes D8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 2. So it will take. Wait, can I just Green Flame Blade from my spell book and have it roll the damage? Sure can't. So this is +2. So 7 points of cold damage to the one that is immediately adjacent to me.
All right. That one is also frozen over and then explodes as its wooden form shrinks in the abrupt cold.
Oh, fantastic. That was 5. 10. Well, 10 to get through. Zeldrin space, 15. And I will risk the attacks of opportunity from the bird. I'll stop here.
They do not attack. They do not
Okay.
attack.
This appears to be a stairwell up to, I'm assuming, the balcony that we have heard
Yes.
about.
Mhm.
Can I see this big plant thing? Like, has it fallen on the far side of a stairwell and I need to go around?
It's like halfway on the stairs and halfway. You can definitely see it.
Okay. In that case, that was 10. Oop. Oh, that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I will head to this side of the room so that I can get a better view of it. Okay, and that is it.
All right. From where she stands on the balcony, the witch above conjures to her hand a smoky green ball of flame that is hurled towards you, Ariam, with a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
All right. As it splatters into the wall behind you, it smokes and sizzles and burns acridly. Um, and then she's going to just step a little bit to the side here, trying to see Zeldrin, but staying, well, not quite far enough away from the ravens. On initiative count 20, the ravens descend and begin pecking apart the wooden creatures. Many of them dive into the vat here, where you can still, Zeldrin, hear and see more of these creatures beginning to crawl their way out. And it is your turn as they kill some of them.
Let's see. Is it possible for me to see both Zeldrin or Zazarak and Ariam right now, or do I need to move around?
I think because the barrel is where it is, you will only be able to see one of them at a time if you were to stay on that side of the barrel.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna move up over here, and then bonus action Starlight Step over here. Actually, there.
Okay.
And then take one more step so I can definitely see both of them, and then drop concentration on Beacon of Hope and throw up Spirit
Shit.
Guardians. There are a lot more people here than I thought there was going to be.
Okay.
So 30-foot radius, 15-foot radius. That's a pretty blue color. And that's my turn.
Okay. Wooden creatures fall one after another out of the vat and after Arium. Let's get more of them on the map. Do. There are a ton of them. But they are kind of just inconvenient. I have a 19 to hit you, Arium.
That will hit.
Okay, that will be 2 points of piercing damage. And then, let's see. One of them, as it attempts to pass under the swarms of ravens towards Zazarak, invoking opportunity attack, is torn to shreds by them, but that does clear the way for a couple of others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit! Ha, I made it all the way over to you. 2. And I have a 21 to hit. That is 3 points of piercing damage to Zazarak.
It looks like that one is in the Spirit Guardians now.
Yeah. Well, let's try. Let's see if it actually survives that then. Your DC is 16?
Yeah.
That is a failure. Okay, it's actually dead now. So never mind. No attack. Oh.
I'm trying to get a better color that's more visible.
Uh-huh. That one's visible, all right. All right, Zazarak, you take no damage because as it enters the starlight, it explodes. Do they do anything when they? No. Okay. They don't actually explode. I'm just being dramatic. All right, Zaz, it's your turn.
Adam,
you-
you might be muted.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna poke my head out here, and I'm going to use a starlight step to jump up on the old balcony, and I'm gonna take a few swings.
Okay. Well,
Oh, those are awful.
yeah. Neither of those will hit.
Oh
Nor
no,
will that
actually,
one.
I don't get to do that anyway. I already used my bonus
Oh.
action for the starlight
Yeah.
step.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. This monster on the ground is going to. I've gotten closer. Okay. Oh, you know what? Well,
Does it
it's
need to
my
make
fault.
a wisdom save?
It's when you start your turn, so Zaz would have needed to, but I didn't call it, so that's my fault.
I'm talking about the creature when it starts
It
its
starts
turn
its wisdom turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from my spirit guardians.
That's a 21.
Okay, so half damage.
5. Okay.
Did I need to make some save at the beginning of my turn? I can certainly do that.
No, it's too late. It would fuck things up too bad. I'll just make you do it on the
Gotcha.
next one.
Gotcha.
What's the thing I'm looking for? Oh, there we go. All right. This mass pulls within itself a little bit, sort of bringing tentacles closer to itself, begins sort of delving within its mass of filth, and pulls out and begins to puppet a corpse, a figure very, very old, and certainly significantly digested. And guys, there we go. We'll have those roll.
Gross.
Yeah. As they appear, I'm going to make them roll the wisdom saves. That rolled bad. Okay. Each of these rotting forms has its opportunity to attack Arium and then Zeldrin. I have a 5 against Arium, then a 22 on Zeldrin.
Hmm.
For 2 points of bludgeoning damage, then the con save for concentration.
Yep.
Okay. It is Arium's turn.
Alrighty. I'm getting surrounded, and I don't like that. Mostly because I feel like I'm going to get poked to death. I will. Okay, quick question. Can I see her? She's up on the balcony, or yeah?
Yes.
Can
You
I
can see her.
see her from the? Okay. Not doing anything now, but just in case. I will go ahead and spend the action to activate my primal transformation. I think it's getting a little crowded in here, Rokea. And I think I will green flame blade on the big thing. Still using the trident, which is already magic. Oh, never mind.
Had a lot of
That's it.
nat ones on attacks tonight.
Yeah.
It's only fair. I did real shit last week.
Yeah, but those were just zombies.
That's it. Not.
Do you have a second attack?
That was a spell. Green flame blade is a spell.
Oh, yes. Yep. All right. The witch next to you, Zazarak, actually just swings her staff at you while incanting. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Isn't she up on the balcony and Zaz is downstairs?
Nope.
He teleported up to her.
Starlight
Oh.
stepped up there.
Yeah. Is she in the Spirit Guardians?
Yes. And I forgot to make Ariam roll the fucking thing. God damn it. Okay.
Nothing happened on my turn, so if I need to do something, the
it
only
would
thing it
have.
might do would be to prevent me from switching. Because
That's
I did not
true.
move and I did not hit with my spell. So what do I need
That's
to do?
true, but I'll just like I did for Zazarak, we'll just have it do the next turn, and I'll just try to remember. Which apparently I can't. All right, you do save. As she strikes you, there's just this roll of thunder that shocks through your body. You do not get shoved, but with an upcasted thunder wave, you are going to take 10 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
Then it is Zeldrin's turn, and now Zeldrin. Now I'm going to remember. Somebody roll this goddamn save. The foulness of the plant mass is sickening. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. That is a save. You are not poisoned.
Wonderful.
Say poisoned, it would have incapacitated you, which is why I've not done a redo on any of your other of the other turns, because it would have fucked everything up.
That would have sucked. Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to pop out a spiritual weapon. I'm going to put it next to the big gross thing. It's not an advantage. 25 for 13 force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action to channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary. That one's the 30-foot aura.
Mhm.
And I'll make that one a reddish color, I guess. Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
Oh, that sucks so bad.
do white.
Okay.
There we go. That's easier on the eyes.
Yeah. There.
Beautiful. Love that.
Okay. Twilight Sanctuary. Then that'll be the end of my turn. And so I'll give myself some temp HP. 8.
All right. And I forgot to do it on initiative 20, but it still works. The Ravens continue their attack against these constructs, and that is able to eliminate a few more. Rokea, you're watching these animals, these creatures just pulling themselves out, get mauled, but just immediately replaced. It's almost like this vat is like regurgitating them, and it's an obscene amount of these monsters. Um, but a couple more still get to take their place. Good grief, there's so many of them. Okay. Let's chase down. Oh, well, it really is just kind of dogpiling you the best they possibly can, because that's the thing that they can reach. Let's see. I have one nat 20 for 3 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to 1.
Shit! They rolled absolute trash. Okay,
Bar is not updating anymore.
that is Zazarak's turn.
All right, you know what? I've had just about enough out of you, and at the witchy woman in front of me, I will cast Hold Person.
Okay, wisdom save. I rolled a 21.
Well, that's the end of that, and that is also the end of Shield of Faith.
Okay. Bonus action?
And since nothing has happened yet, do you want me to roll wisdom?
Yeah, it's a constitution. Yeah,
Or
con.
constitution, and
Yeah. That's a save. You're fine.
okay, great. Then yeah, this is that's all I got.
Okay. Then within the aura, I rolled a save against the spirit guardians, but I think I need new damage for the turn.
Yeah. 20.
Oh God.
Nice.
Yikes.
Well, it has some form of intelligence. It is going to lash out at you with some of its spare tentacles, and the zombie will also go after you. Your AC is currently a 19.
Do the zombies need to make saves too?
I did the one sheet, and then I'm doing their sheet next. That's a fail. That's a fail. Okay, the zombies are still conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, 20? No, never mind. I was doing half. Nope, they're dead.
All right.
Both of them. Fuck it. Okay.
Oh, also, Zeldrin. Or, I'm Zeldrin. Fuck. Tin Temp to Zazarak.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. Don't have any of my tentacle attacks that hit you, and that is all it can do. Okay. Rokea.
Con save.
Yes, thank you.
Haha.
Oh God. Perhaps even in your heightened senses, this smell really gets to you. You can't move. You feel like throwing up. You are incapacitated for the turn. Okay. Fella, what are you gonna do next? Oh, this might be fun.
She need to make a save.
Yep, wisdom save. 15, that's gonna fail, huh?
Yep.
That is not good for her. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. As your holy light does horrific damage to her. She's going to like spit down at you, um, and ring her staff against the rail of the uh, awning. That's not what it's called. And the earth around you, the stonework splits. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. Oh no.
Right? That is a failure. I roll fucking shit damage. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And let's see. The area around you becomes difficult terrain. I think this is also going to hit other stuff. So I'm going to drop the square that it's going to affect.
11 tempage points to Rokea.
Oh, you know what? I haven't actually added my shapes yet. I haven't added my shapes. Fucking shit. Okay. And with that, Zeldrin, it is your turn.
Right.
The corpse flower also takes a bunch of damage. Okay.
I'm going to fire off a second level guiding bolt at her up there.
Okay.
Fuck.
That will miss.
Yep.
And I've got how many of these remain? Many of these ravens are being killed by these wooden constructs, but it has not yet dispersed the swarms, and they're able to pick off three more of these creatures. HP is shit. And then I have Rokea, and the rest of the path is mostly locked. I wonder if I can get a few folks down this way. And that one's just gonna die immediately. Okay. All right, Rokea, I have 1, 2, 3. One attack that actually is spearing you through for 4 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2. You are making a fantastic barricade in this location.
Yay me. Just want to stab a plan.
All right, Zazarak, is your turn.
All right, let's keep this simple. And I'll just swing a couple times.
Both of those are gonna hit.
And I'll swing with the back end as well.
Okay. 3 strikes slash shoulder to shoulder, and then down across her chest, and then a final horizontal split through the neck. And as she's bleeding out, she drops to the ground, dead.
Spectacular. That's 9 temporary hit points for me. Is that right, Tyler?
Yeah, unless you still have the 10 from last time.
I do still have the 10 from last time. And actually, you know what? Just to be fair, before she's dead, before she takes any of that damage. Okay. I need to make that con save. But I'm assuming a 17 makes it.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wait, as she dies, there's something. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, as this final strike kills her, um, from her body, an eruption of noxious spores, just like flies from her form, like through her tangled hair. And you're level 5, right?
I am.
All right, that means you take 5 points of poison damage.
Okay. Well, actually, that's great. That'll come off of the temporary hit points, and so now I have 5 temporary hit points, and so now, thanks to Twilight Sanctuary, I have 9 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Oh, actually, it's not based off your hit dice, it's based off of my hit dice. That's very poorly worded. It's still 5. You're good.
Okay, great. Uh,
Stupid.
I'll just run over to the top of the stairs, and I don't want to put myself on top of the enemy here, so I know it's below me, but I'll just be next to it.
Okay. You getting closer, and everyone else in reach. This floral mass attacks each of you with one of its tentacles, and oh my god, y'all are upset about your nat ones, but I'm not rolling for shit at all. I
Did
have
it get
not
that
broke.
wisdom save?
I have not broken like 15 in
Ouch.
ages. Wisdom save is a
Fantastic.
9.
Nice. 20 damage.
Did you roll again?
It's still the same round.
That 20 was rolled on its for its last turn.
Oh, yeah, because the
Yeah.
zombies. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Rokea.
Alrighty.
That is.
It's so much worse as a shock. I can't tell you.
That's still a failure. Okay. Zeldrin.
All right.
Make that
Can't go
con
through all
save, Zelly.
Oh, is that for the beginning of the turn? You're immune if you've saved.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry, Rokea.
7 to Roke if you need it.
Good. I still have 9.
Okay. I am just going to Sacred Flame the big gross thing.
Rolled a 4. God damn it.
10 more radiant damage. And that'll be it.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually move up over here so that all these guys are in the radius of the Spirit Guardians now.
Oh god. Okay. Between the swarms of ravens picking off all of these folks behind you, and you moving there, and them now having to make a wisdom save. You rolled a 13.
Mm-hmm.
None of them can beat that, or none of them can survive that. So the rest of these bodies are dissolved in starlight.
All right.
Ah! Come on. As the ground is now just littered with broken wooden pieces of barely twitching, animated bark. Well, they're gone. Zazarak, it's your turn.
All right, I'm just gonna try and go slap chop on this corpse flower.
All right. And you've moved to the lower floors, all right?
I'm on the stairs.
Oh, you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it also is, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Um. Yeah. How bad does this thing look?
It's hard to tell. It's a wet, writhing plant mess.
Right.
It's been
Well,
hit quite a bit though.
I will. I will add a first level smite to that.
Okay. This is not undead, so it'll just be the 2.
Right.
2 to 4. Oh,
And I'll take my second shot.
okay, that's a hit.
And with the back end.
That's also a hit. Oh. This thing is getting chopped to pieces. Okay. Come on. Good dice. God damn it. God damn it. Yes. um, 2 large, writhing tentacles lash out to both Arium and Zeldrin. Both of them battered back. Even Rokea coughing and puking. The last one, however, upwards to Zazarak, grasping you by the ankle and almost pulling you to the ground. That's a nat 20 to hit.
Hmm.
That is 17 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Give me a second here. That's not. Oops. 9 there. 8 there. And a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Right. You do not take 4 times 2, 8 d6 poison damage.
That would have been a problem.
From I would have been pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Okay, can you make a con save for me?
Can I roll a con save? Yes. Can I succeed a con save? Also, yes. Finally.
Huzzah!
You get to grips. You can take a turn.
Ugh. He will do the thing that you need to do after you've been thrown up and just like close one. And with the shark face, this takes some reaching to close one nostril and
Nice.
blow all the vomit out the other one.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes. Love it.
I don't want to give you inspiration for that.
You know what, Ted? Take one of my inspiration. I will give you inspiration for that. That's gee.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark that because I'm at 0. I'm gonna try to I'm taking attacks on the plant. That is only a 14. I'm still shaking off the incapacitation.
It's okay. It's still a hit.
Okay. Actually, I gotta check. I was incapacitated. Does that turn off my?
It does not. It's only unconscious. Wait, that might be wrong. I keep forgetting what the update
yeah. Oh no, it just lasts until you finish a short or long rest now. Okay. So I do still have Rite of the Frozen.
It's too good of an ability. I'll abuse it.
Man, I am just barely making those hits, but nice, even 30 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
How do you stab a plant to death?
Spaghetti style with a trident?
Nice.
Wind it up. I'm assuming that it like in at the base of there's like I'm assuming this is like a bulb flower, like a tulip or something, where there's a bulb at the bottom
Yeah,
that
sure.
serves as some sort of magical heart to this creature, and that just gets stabbed and broken into a couple pieces.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And it writhes around the staff of the trident, trying to pry your hands from it, but it just withers under exertion, and the heaping mass just collapses and spills rotted body pieces and decayed leathers and rusted metal uh, all over the floor. Combat ends.
Uh, that was wow.
okay
That
there, buddy?
was it's so much worse. I mean, I know Shark's elite carrying and all, but I can't even tell you. That is, oh. Anyway,
All right,
I'm
this.
imagining that this wasn't everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably more than one of them witches. They didn't seem like it was a single affair.
If I climb up on one of these vats and look in, is there wine or anything in them?
Yeah. Yeah. There you can even like climb up the stairs a little bit and peer down, and you see that the three of them that was not filled with wooden creatures are in fact full of dark red wine.
Since I have not had a chance to fill it otherwise yet, I will pull out my wineskin and just dip it straight into the vat.
Okay. Take a
Save a
drink.
little. I was just about to say save a little of that for later. Once we've cleared this place out.
All right.
I'll go search our witchy friend, see if she has anything interesting.
Sure. She has I'm sorry, a necklace of human teeth, um, and that little wooden cask or little vial
Mm-hmm.
that she was pocketing when you met her,
Mm-hmm.
and her magic staff.
I will take all three of those things.
Okay. I'm actually gonna put you, Zaz,
Mm-hmm.
on the next layer so you can see like the balcony situation
Okay.
that you're at.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, come on, come on. Oh god. Roll 20, please. Roll 20, please. Okay. Okay. You're up there.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably should have just had you up there for combat, but what's next, gang?
Is this just like a little alcove right here?
That is doors.
Okay, I will open them.
Okay.
They open to outside and were struck by a horde again.
They do. I'll show you the door. It does lead outside to that area that Stefania had talked about, the uh, awning out into the fields where there's a bunch of um,
Mashing
vats,
vats.
the mashing vats. So you can see some like purple stained sandals that are set around as well. You can immediately close that door then if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I will just keep checking doors. This looks like a path outside as well. I will close that up. And
There's stairs.
yeah, there's another set of stairs over here. And head upstairs, see if we can meet up.
There,
Yeah.
Check these doors first, right quick.
there are also stairs going up from this balcony that I'm on up here.
Rokea and Zeldrin, you peer into the barrel storage room. These look new and unused casks, and a narrow stone stairway spiraling upward in the corner adjacent.
Start heading up this staircase.
Sure.
I will follow.
Okay.
I'll just head down the stairs that are in the middle of this room and follow wherever they went off to.
Okay. All right, the two of you exit into a hallway, and Zazarak, you like jump to follow. You are now in an upstairs hallway with a few doors around.
Open this one.
Okay.
No eggs here. Even though they have explicitly told us they are not hags.
We're using hags in the slander sense, not the.
Oh, hey, I just showed up here. Have you checked this door next to me right over here?
Mm,
No.
No.
I will open this door.
I
Okay.
will open this door.
All right. Rokea and Zeldrin, both of your doors open to sleeping quarters with bunk beds and foot lockers inside. Zazarak, you open that door to reveal a rectangular table with 8 chairs, an L-shaped cupboard, and a floor-to-ceiling closet pantry with a small iron stove next to it.
Okay, looks like I found the kitchen. You hungry?
I walk through a wall. There's another door in here. If there is something that looks remotely edible on the table, I will pick it up.
Yeah, there is some mushrooms and some half-dried grapes set out.
Not anymore, there isn't. And then I will push this door open.
Okay. This room contains a 4-poster bed with its headboard carved in the likeness of a giant raven. A soft black rug covers the floor between the bed and the door. In the corners of the south wall stand 2 slender wardrobes with a tapestry of a church hanging on the wall between them. Beneath the tapestry sits a handsomely carved rocking cradle. To the north, under a window, is a plain desk and chair. Other furnishings include a wooden chest and a freestanding mirror in a wooden frame.
Yeah, as much as I would normally be about checking over and looting this place, I feel feels kind of like we're kind of invading the home of those.
No, I agree completely. Our objective here is to find the intruders and get rid of them. And other than that, we should leave as much undisturbed as possible.
I want to check behind the tapestry. Like the waterfall, you always check behind the waterfall.
Yeah. Throw the tapestry to the side and reveal a blank wall.
Well, you better check the
Shoulder.
other side of the tapestry.
So I was going to say I shoulder checked the wall. No, I'm pretty sure there's a secret door here. Hold on. Oh!
You put your shoulder into the wall.
All right.
Well, you know what they say, Rokaya. It's the secret rooms that are the most difficult to get into. So clearly the fact that it didn't give immediately, it means it must be a secret room back there.
Right. I'll take that. I need you to put my shoulder back in this socket first. You think maybe if we climb into the wardrobe, there's like a secret portal at the back?
Oh, well, I mean, we did find ourselves a witch already.
I think maybe if we just start calling out to them that the hags will show up. Not me either. That'd be too easy. How'd I get it? It was dumb. It's dumb suggestion. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
It worked. I'm a genius.
As you poke your head back out of the hall, like a curious-faced little guy, followed by sloughing mounds of writhing ivy, trail behind. This person is like wielding a twisted knot of dried twig as a magic focus, and upon seeing you, jumps into an arcanic defensive position. But we are going to call session there and jump into combat next time.
All right.
Cool beans.
Nice.